Welcome back. Let's get talking to a couple of companies then. Senores Pharmaceuticals reported what was a strong set of numbers. The revenue jumped 64%. The profit was up around 86% on a year-on-year basis. Stock is up around 3% today. Remember, numbers came out during markets yesterday. We have Swapnil Shah, who's the promoter and the managing director at Senores Pharma, joining in now. Swapnil, hi. Thank you very much for taking the time out. Well, it seems as though you're probably going to exceed that guidance which you had given earlier of around 50% top line growth and 100% profit growth, margins at 24 to 26%. 9 months, you've already exceeded that. So just tell us, are you looking to revise it upwards, and what are you looking at in terms of an exit rate for FY26?
Well, we are most likely to outperform our guidance. How well? I think probably the next few days would have a better understanding. But so far, what the run rate looks like, I think we're most likely to outperform our guidance for FY26.
How much? And when you say for the next few days, what are you linking it to?
So we were starting our the plant. So plant has already been acquired. So Apnar Pharma that we acquired, I think we're looking to get some revenues out of Apnar within this quarter. And as we anticipate the scale that we want in this quarter, if we achieve, then most likely I think there will be an outperformance on our guidance. So I think so far looks good. Let's see in another 15-20 days.
So Swapnil, you spoke about Apnar Pharma acquisition, which is on track. You do have the third manufacturing facility line in the US, which should be operational in Q3 already. The fourth manufacturing capacity, which should be operational by FY26. When will it start showing in your P&L? What is the revenue at peak utilization?
So we've already started our third line in the US, as you already know. The fourth line is we kind of pushed it a little bit because we've acquired Apnar, as you know, in about a month back. So I think a lot of capacities that we were utilizing in the US will be moving to Apnar, which is likely relatively slightly low margin. So we have the advantage of low cost manufacturing from India, and this manufacturing is optional. It doesn't have to be made in the US, right? So we get both. So we get the capacity open in US for a high yield business, and we get Apnar manufacturing done at a low manufacturing cost. So it's kind of win-win. So that's there. And coming to fourth and Apnar, I think let's see how Apnar scales up. We expect about 120 odd crores revenue coming out of Apnar in next 12 to 15 months. And based on that, I think we'll decide how soon we want to kind of scale on the fourth manufacturing line from the US. So we are keeping those controls in check to see when we can execute that part.
Okay, so right now you all have not started that fourth line, which we are planning to open by the end of FY26, right?
We've kind of pushed it.
Okay, pushed it, right.
2 months, yes, because our capacity came in.
Okay. What about, your emerging markets? That's done very well, right? In terms of margins, also sharp improvement there. Could you give us your growth expectations there from the emerging markets, as well as the guidance that one could expect here?
So emerging market is going to be very strong. This quarter, this emerging market, if you see historically also, second half of the year has always done better. And this quarter also, so quarter ending March 2026, is also going to be very strong from emerging market. So as we've been stating over last few months that once we see those registration getting those commercialization, emerging market will continue to perform better. So what we have seen in last quarter will continue quarters forward. So I think from the guidance standpoint, we are most likely to cross 150 crore of revenue from emerging market this year, and that could be anywhere between 180 to 200 next year. So that's again a significant growth, and more so we got a 56 product registration approval last quarter. So subsequent to next couple of quarters, all the product registration approval that we got will get also commercialization. All in all, very strong emerging market growth also we anticipate in next few quarters.
Okay, that's interesting that you're expecting emerging markets to drive the growth. Just quickly before we let you go, Swapnil, how are you cashing in on this entire GLP-1 craze and phase which is taking place? There are so many companies which are tying up, marketing, distribution tie-ups as well. How are you participating?
So we are currently playing the GLP, sector through our emerging market business. So we have Ribelus, we have Ozempic, we have Wegovy, all 9 strengths as we speak today, all being developed and filed in a lot of emerging markets as we speak. In fact, we have more than 16 markets where we have already filed the semaglutide, all nine strengths as we speak, both orals and injectable. I feel that's going to be quite a bit business that it will generate. But are we going for a US regulated market play where all the large companies are kind of competing against each other to grab that share? The answer is no. I think we are good playing it in emerging market space that we are in and continue to show that growth and continue to have significant revenue coming out of those 20 odd markets that will eventually file semaglutide in.
Okay, take that point, Swapnil. Thank you so much for joining in. The street likes what you are saying. The stock is up 4% in an otherwise weak market. So that's the word coming in from Senores Pharma. They are expecting to cross their earlier guidance of 50% top-line growth and more than 100% profit growth in FY26. Slip into a short break. We'll get you more on the markets and stock-specific action on the other side.